Why you gotta go so crazy though?
What's going on, people? It's your boy Macky OMO.
Wow.
I'm here with Angelito. We got Johnny B. Ready to start with the Clipper. We also got Crispin El Negrito, the Mr. Hukage, you feel me? And we got, well, I don't even know which nickname I should call you today. T-shirt. Oh, sorry, not T-shirt.
50 Cent.
Tank Top Daddy, Shawny in the building. And we are the Paradise Podcast. What the fuck is going on?
All these gunshots, we do sound like Americans, bro.
Do we sound like American?
America.
I had to. That's a good one. That's a good one.
No, you got that. Hold up.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But what's going on, people? What's good? We're just gonna get right into it and start up because we're starting a little late. I'm gonna run through my little, or should I run through the list, or should I do the what you watch, what you're playing, and then run through the list? What you guys think?
Do how you want, bro. We game.
All right, so let's do what you watching, what you playing right now. What I'm watching right now. Actually, Angel, I finished all of Initial D.
Cool.
Okay, I finished all of it.
He know what it is now.
Great anime, by the way. One of the better soundtracks anime of like I've ever watched.
When that Rich is getting hated, that song goes.
First season, I was very disappointed in the animation, but it was like 1997, so it is what it is.
Yeah, it was old.
As the anime got better, the cars looked way better. But definitely one of the better animes. Maybe next episode, because I know we have a lot to talk about today. Maybe next episode, I'll give like a little deep dive on how I really felt and like talk about the things that I saw.
Yeah, and that Emperor team, bro. That Emperor team, wild.
God. Them niggas, they fucking had, bro. It's funny, right? I'm listening to it, and the voice actors of fucking Sanji and Zoro are both getting that shit. That shit was crazy to me. Damn. What else happened? So what I'm actually watching right now is the Promise Neverland season 2. I never read the manga, so that's what Shawny was telling me why I don't think season 2 is that bad. I'm not mad at the story. But maybe if I read the manga afterwards, I'll understand if I ever get to that point. When I'm playing right now, I've just been playing 2K, FIFA, and UFC 4. And what I'm reading, I'm not reading anything really right now. So, Angel, you're up next. What you watching, what you playing, what you reading?
All right. I just beat, not like super beat, but I just beat Arceus, Legends Arceus, Pokemon. I didn't finish the whole Pokédex, so if you could consider that beating the game, then
you didn't beat the game. The whole purpose.
I didn't beat the game, but I got to the credits.
Yeah,
so don't take that away from me.
It counts. Don't worry.
Don't take that away from me.
No, let Crispin bully you.
But I'm not a completionist like that. So one of my boys is a super completionist. He's like working hard. He doesn't want to even finish the main story until he does all the Pokemon or gets them all.
He went.
But I'm like, all right, that's cool, bro. I'm good off that. I'll wait for the next Pokemon to come out. What am I watching? I got up to episode 7 of One Piece.
You ass, nigga. Seven episodes. There you go.
7 episodes. He
called
Zoro.
Dedication. Anything
he got Zoro.
3, you already.
They're calling him a Straw Hat. He's not. He hasn't claimed the name Straw Hat yet, but they refer to him as Straw Hat. So
this man finished the whole season.
I'm there, bro.
Only just 7 episodes.
7. I've been busy.
I finished the whole series.
I've been busy, man.
He finished the show. That's fine.
Continue.
But I'm on episode 7. Of course, I am watching Peak Fiction AOT. Of course, Attack on Titan.
I'm watching that too. I'm sorry. I'm watching Attack on Titan. I apologize.
Word. I haven't seen the latest episode. After I log off here, I will be catching AOT before I go to bed. Reading, I don't read because again, I study philosophy and I'm tired of reading, so I don't read. Other than that, that's it, man. That's my life right now.
Did you ever play FIFA?
Are you playing? What are you playing?
What am I playing? Well, I beat Pokemon. I actually, out of nowhere, I didn't know I was gonna do this, but I caught the Aki. So
he crazy with the
I'm playing right now.
He's gonna be playing that.
Okay.
So of course I'll be playing table tennis on this. Super Hot is wild on this.
That sounds hard as hell, to be honest.
You should be
table tennis. Yo, not for nothing. It really does feel like table tennis. It feels like real. Like it's tough, man. I really be out here like catching a sweat, like playing this game. I have not copped Sifu just yet. I will. I plan on it, and it's next on my list. My list goes Sifu, then Horizon. Yeah, I haven't bought it yet. You know, I've been a little bit busy the past couple of weeks. But I'll cop Sifu, then I'll cop Horizon, and then after that I'll cop Elden Ring. That's gonna be like the next month or two for me. But of course, then I got the hockey, so now that interrupted my whole lifestyle. So I got to play table tennis too.
You said that interrupted my whole life.
But you can always
like it's the Oculus's fault, not him for buying it.
I'm blaming on it. Can we just blame it on the Yaki? Can you help me out? You got my boys.
Blame it on the Yaki, bro. He white.
You got my boys,
it's
bro.
Fine. It's fine.
But there's that.
I'm just joking, people. Don't get tipped. You know what I mean? People get sensitive out here.
And you can always catch me playing FIFA. Always catch me playing FIFA. That's it. And that's my life right now.
Okay. John, what you watching, what you playing, what you reading?
Or do
I switched it up a little bit this time, and I decided to go back and finish Samurai Jack because I never got to finish the last season. So when they did season 5 and it was a little bit more linear and all that stuff, I got through the first 3 episodes when they were airing originally, and then it just got hard to keep up with them because, you know, Adult Swim. And then I was like, okay, well, it should be on HBO Max, right? And then I went on HBO Max, and there the fuck it was. So I ran through that shit in like a day and a half.
Damn.
20 episodes done.
Nah, it was 10 episodes. It was 10 episodes. They're like 20 minutes
a day
each.
and a half for 10 episodes? Come on.
Yeah, bro, I work.
I feel you. I feel you. My bad.
I gotta actually watch it. Like, so
Samurai Jack is something that you have to sit down and actually watch.
I wanted to watch it. Yeah, like a lot of the storytelling in Samurai Jack is visual. Like they don't they do like talking now, like in that last season, because they wanted to flesh out Jack's character a little bit more before they finished it. But like
they fleshed out Jack's character in 10 episodes.
They did actually. Wow. He had.
I mean, it wasn't much. You did. You kind of had his whole story. So you
did, but they gave you just a little bit more. They gave him flashbacks. He talks a little bit more. He interacts. There's another character that he interacts with a lot throughout the whole series. So
his wifey.
Yeah, there's a female character. There's a potential love interest there, and
the Daddy McDots.
You know, it's different than like the Samurai Jack we got in the past. That was a little bit more of like an anthology kind of series. Just every episode was just like a different story. But for the most part, I ran through that pretty quick, and I enjoyed it. I didn't get to see it, so I was happy that I finally finished it, and I know how the damn story ends. So I saw that, and just catching up on One Piece. I had to do a lot of catch up on One Piece, and just only playing Pokemon Legends Arceus at the moment. I haven't picked up anything.
Is it Arceus or Arceus?
Arceus.
It's Arceus.
People pronounce it both ways.
No,
it's Arceus.
Arceus.
Yeah, Nintendo pronounces Arceus.
It's a hard.
I've just been letting it rock.
Okay.
It's a hard.
Because
I still pronounce Arceus, so I'm with you.
These niggas, bro.
John, I'm only being a dick, bro.
It's fine. It's okay.
That's all you're playing, though?
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Thank you, John. I appreciate your input. Crispin.
Hello, how you doing, guys? Everything good?
Yeah, no, tell us what you watch when you play. So
I know, but let me, yo, nigga. All right.
Okay.
What I'm watching Pokemon, actually.
The
first season. I started from the get.
Oh, damn.
Indigo.
Plateau.
Who are you watching it with?
Myself.
Oh, okay. I thought you were watching it with her because you mentioned it before.
No. She watches it with me because she has to. She has nothing else to do. The fuck? I'm watching it because I just want to know the Pokemons. I'm out here playing Pokemons. Don't know none of these niggas. I'm like, well, you look cool. Bang. Like, whatever the fuck. I'm watching Bel Air. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Me too.
That's hard. That is hard.
I have a hot take about that
what's his name? What's this nigga name?
Carlton. Fuck Carlton.
Fuck that nigga, yo.
Fuck Carlton.
Carlton.
No.
Carlton's the other one too.
No. That was my dude. He was,
bro. See, niggas,
come on.
This is. Hold on. I have to.
He was funny.
Niggas
Carl
don't
was a
remember.
hater though.
He was a
In the
hater.
beginning,
He was
yeah,
a hater.
he was a
In
big
the
He
ass.
first
was a
like
hater.
2 seasons.
He
But
was
he
a
was like
hater.
a lovable
Biggest
hater.
hater.
He was like, no, he wasn't even a hater like that. He was just a
because it
dork.
was a-
Like he was
because
just
it was a
geeky and dorky,
comedy.
and he was like,
That's
all
what
right,
I'm
like.
saying.
Us,
I
it was
know
a
he was.
comedy, and this is a dramatized version of that story.
In this
Listen
dramatized
to me.
version, this Carlton has bad intentions.
Listen to me.
That Carlton did too.
Listen to me. I know the other colleges have bad intentions, but the fact that that was a comedy, I didn't give a fuck. This nigga's just petty, and like I could see the pettiness, like I could feel it. I'm like, bro. If my cousin does some shit like this to me, I'm slamming him on the floor.
Yeah. But he did that though.
No, he punched him once, nigga.
That just tells you that the casting was done really well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I don't
whoever's
really
playing
hate the
this
nigga.
character
I hate
is
the
doing
character.
a great job at
I
making
don't
you
hate
hate
the
him.
nigga. I don't hate the nigga. I hate the character. Fuck that nigga. Okay. the most gangster character in that show is fucking Jeffrey. Just like y'all know.
Wagwan.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's something else, bro. What else am I watching? Attack on Titan. I'm reading One Piece.
Oh, same. I keep forgetting it too.
Yeah,
Me too, bro.
I'm reading One Piece. I'm fucking chapter 1042 is something else. I'm not gonna say because y'all niggas is not up there. Y'all niggas is not reading.
No.
Except I don't know if Shawny's reading, but you know.
Twitter be
and-
spoiling.
Twitter, it can be spoiling for me, but yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the
Twitter be spoiling all the manga hype.
facts.
Bro.
I see all the shit happening in the manga, and I'm just like, I don't know none of these.
As soon as I see
I don't know.
you talking about that shit, I scroll up, bro. But
Yeah, just skip it, bro. What else? What am I playing? I haven't had time to play. I bought this that we about to play right now.
Hell
after this.
yeah. Hold up.
But I might get my ass whooped for the first couple of races.
You're gonna see that shit recorded on YouTube.
For the first couple of races, I might get my ass whooped. But then when I catch the drift, if you catch my drift, give me my drums. Give me my drums, bro. Give me my drums, bro. Come on, thank you. Come on, man. I'm on it today.
Nah, you're going crazy today.
I'm going crazy. And that's about it. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga's in rare form. All right, Shawny, what you watching? What you playing? What you reading? Shawny, Frozen? Oh, all right.
No,
Tank top daddy.
It's mad hot, dog. Like I was like a tomato on my camera.
Bro, it's fucking it's ridiculous. And it's about to rain. It's ridiculous.
I hope so. I'm watching Baruto, One Piece, Attack on Titan, Platinum End. Yeah, man, I'm still watching. I'm studying.
I had to pause. I had to pause the Boruto, bro. I got it to like 97, and I was like, "Yeah, I gotta chill with this, man. It's hard. It's hard to get through."
Still holding out.
Oh my God.
Holding on to hope.
Playing. I'm still playing Nier Replicant. I beat the first ending, and now I got to do New Game Plus and do the second ending, and there's 2 more endings to do. But it's actually a lot of fun because I played Automata first, and because I never played Replicant's filling in all the gaps of Automata, so I'm gonna go back and play Automata after that, especially since Automata is getting an anime, so I need to catch up on the story.
Oh, where?
Yeah, Nier Automata it's official now.
Okay,
so that's gonna be dope.
Oh yeah,
I want to finish that one. Still gotta go back to it.
I'm replaying it specifically just to catch up. Story's beautiful, especially when you like connect the two. Phenomenal. As far as reading, I'm reading My Hero and Tokyo Revengers. My Hero, that shit probably gonna be done by the end of the year.
No, most likely.
Yeah, no, they've already said that. They already said.
Oh, no, like no, we are like we hear like the final.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like the final arc is. I heard it's final arc at this point.
The next anime that's the next season's coming out is finished.
No, 2 seasons.
No,
2
seasons.
2 maybe 3.
I hope
maybe 3.
I hope by the next, like after this season or this upcoming season ends, I hope that we get them to like do vigilantes. I know think it's only on book 10, so I don't know. I don't know if they'll be able to do that.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Sorry, Shawny. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't think this fight. Nobody wins this fight, bro. I think it's gonna end on a draw, and they're gonna do like when niggas grow up and whatever the bullshit, and then now they're gonna finish that shit. That's what I think.
Oh, you think there's gonna be another one?
Mm-hmm.
They haven't even dropped a new manga yet, though.
Yeah, because it's not finished yet.
Okay.
It's not finished yet. When the manga done, watch.
I think this final battle is gonna stop it, and then that's going to be it. But then you're just going to get a whole bunch of spin-offs of shit happening across the world.
Yeah, I hope that we get like, I'm with that. I hope we get, because I'll be very sick if I don't see Deku and them niggas grow up. Like I only get to see them in high school and that's it. That would really make me.
Like, you know what? Their freshman year in high school. On top
you know what the problem is? You know what the problem
is? Remember the past 5 seasons has literally been 1 year for them niggas.
2
years. Yeah.
It's 2.
Yeah.
I thought it was only 1.
2 because
they're in the second year right now.
They started second year.
They just started the second year.
Yeah.
Okay. It's only a 1 and a couple of weeks. Not even 2 yet.
But
you know what's rough is that like I was hoping, and I know that My Hero is gonna end. The manga's ending soon, of course, and I'm sure 2-3 more anime seasons is gonna end. I was hoping that My Hero was gonna be one of those animes that did last 200, 300 episodes.
Let me explain. I was about to explain that. Let me explain the reason why I think it's not happening because of the way that our younger people are watching media. But if My Hero would have came out in our time, that shit would have been as long as at least Naruto.
For sure.
I can see that.
There would have been a lot of filler.
Because when you guys got mad in like season 4 or some shit, 3, I know somebody said they was boring or whatever.
I think
season 4 that it got boring.
Yeah,
we watched Naruto. We watched Naruto when that nigga after the tuning exam, that shit was boring as fuck.
After tuning exam, because that's what it was. Like with Naruto,
Sasuke dipped.
That's
what it is.
After
the Sasuke dipped, it was straight up filler.
Same thing happened with One Piece. Like there's parts in One Piece that you're like, come on, bro. Let's go.
Let's go.
But
you know One Piece is its own monster, bro.
But what I'm saying is like longer manga. There's gonna be spaces like that because they have to put something to chip.
That's a good topic to
bring you down. They have to bring you down to bring you back up. Because if they just keep you here, it's gonna get the up here thing is gonna get boring because you just feel it like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's a good topic to table for another episode about how we probably won't see another anime reach up to like 500 episodes.
Oh yeah,
a mainstream anime. We're never gonna see that ever again, bro.
Nah, and that's what I'm saying about My Hero. Me personally, if you're reading the manga, you know that My Hero is like it's actually one of those animes where if you try to draw it out, you're gonna kill it.
Yes,
you can't draw it out. It's like the whole point of it is like, yo, like it's My Hero Academia. Like we're probably not gonna see them grow up unless they do a spin-off and talk about the future. But the whole point is specifically for us to do them in high school.
Bro, the first season of My Hero, I was like, y'all should make this shit last, bro. In the first season, I said this.
In the first season, yes, but the way that they were kind of like kicking it up, especially where we at now in the manga, I accepted it. I was like, nah, I respect it because, in my opinion, My Hero is the perfect blend of old school and new school because it's lasting longer than a lot of the newer manga.
Yeah,
but it's definitely not as long as the old school one. So it's like the last.
How many episodes does it have right now? Not even 100.
We're about to hit.
It's about to hit 100
next season. No, it's like 70 something.
Because it's 5 seasons. Because season 5 came out 26 episodes. So
but it was 13, 25, 25, and 26.
Yeah, so it would have hit. It would have hit 100. Well,
it's just about to. I feel like
just about. I gotta double check because I think they had something special for the 100th.
Yeah, they hit 100. Yeah. They hit 100.
You saw it right now?
They're at 113.
All right, go Google.
Yeah,
look at that, and it's about to be over.
Look that up.
2 seasons. So what?
That's what I'm saying, bro. We never gonna see another anime that's gonna hit 200 episodes. Bro.
150, 150, maybe.
I would say. Well, it depends on how fast they do the pacing and whatnot. Because I feel like season 6 is war, and then season 7 would be like. I don't know because I just feel like when you kind of look at it, because season 6 is straight up war. It's gonna be war.
Nah,
and
don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't say nothing.
Already, they told you, my nigga. It's not spoiled.
You haven't told me nothing. I know. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I know. I know that. I saw the last season. I saw the I saw the last season. I saw that they made the Liberation Front, and that's it. That's all I know. I don't know they're gonna declare war.
They have been talking about war.
I know they're fighting. I don't know, but I don't. But have I seen it yet? I haven't seen it yet.
No, but we haven't said anything about whatever the fuck happened.
Yeah, bro. Did you not watch the end credits?
Just be careful. Just be careful, y'all. Y'all teetering on the edge.
We're not Macky, boy.
Y'all on the line, bro.
That's why.
Whoa! I'm taking strays.
I'm just saying, y'all haven't spoiled yet, but you're on the line. I'm getting worried. As someone that doesn't read the manga, I'm getting worried right now.
Notice
it's good. It's good. Trust me, you'll be fine.
Post-war. That's all you need to know. The war will be season 6. And season 7, I don't know if that whole thing would be post-war, and then you got final battle,
Yeah.
and whatever encompasses that. So
No, yeah.
I think we'll probably, if we're lucky, we'll get to 8, because we also actually.
So
I would say 8 seasons.
It's gonna be
seasons.
like this, Shawny. You're gonna understand this. Nobody else is gonna understand. War, lonely nigga, and then final battle.
Yeah, post-war. War, post-war. Yep. War, post-war.
Niggas are spoiling. I'm going to go through my
little
list.
Next topic.
It's fine. I'm going to go through my little list here before we talk about what we're supposed to talk about today.
Let me finish my shit.
Oh, I thought that was already.
No, nigga, because I was said we were reading and then we got into the tangent about my hero.
Okay, go ahead.
That's why John is chilling over here. Like
John just looking at us like y'all niggas talking too much.
No, John is trying out his new I'm a mute myself all episode bullshit.
No, I'm not muted. I'm just quiet.
Oh, you're not muted?
No, I'm not muted.
He's practicing podcast etiquette.
I'm just letting two people have a conversation about a subject that I'm not knowledgeable on.
Oh shit.
Okay, Shawny, please finish what you're reading.
Yeah, and the last thing I'm reading is actually back to Nier Automata. They actually have books on it, like short stories. So I have the first story. They made 2, 3. I think there's 3 stories, 1 spin-off story, and then they just announced that there's another story coming out. So I got to get that one. So yeah, I consider that to be it's like manga shaped and everything, but it's just like the story, like filling in the gaps of it.
You reading from
right? I don't know because I just started. I didn't even open it up. Like I've had my girl bought it for me for Christmas last year. I still haven't opened it up, but I'm gonna read it tonight.
Okay. Did you have something else to say before I start my list so we can start with the pod?
Nah, I was just gonna say, bro, the story in Nier is like it's deep as fuck. Shit is deep and sad.
I can't wait till they animate it because
I'm gonna cry, yo, because that shit is a lot.
All right, so my list, I'm gonna just run through this. If you guys want to talk about or do a deep dive on anything, then we can like talk, but I'm just gonna try to run through this so we can start our topic. First thing, Flatbush Zombies has a comic book for their prequel album, the 3001 A Prequel Odyssey. Album came out a couple years ago. I wasn't really a fan about the album, but I am not mad at any Black people getting into comic books because that's what we need. We need more people of color doing and creating and making stories for us. So I just wanted to like highlight that right now. Star Wars Eclipse is struggling hiring people, and the game probably won't come out till 2027.
I mean,
crazy. Wow.
If that. GTA 5 is coming out on next gen on the 15th of this month. Nintendo announces.
Don't buy it.
You don't have to buy it if you own it on Xbox.
Yeah, if you have Game Pass, it's coming with Game Pass. Nintendo announces missions and rewards for Nintendo Switch Online, and you can use that stuff to
Platinum Shiny attacking.
Ooh, so we got it. So you're telling me Nintendo has achievements?
Yeah, so you can use that. You can use
They're
that
like
to buy,
Nintendo achievements.
Hold on, let me finish. Hold on, let me just say what I have to say. Nintendo announces and missions and rewards for Nintendo Switch Online, which you could get platinum points and you can use to buy things, icons and other things. I mean, they probably listen to the podcast, so Nintendo, you need to send Platinum Shawny a check ASAP.
I may want to go back and play Nintendo games now. That was always my complaint.
What, not getting points, right?
Yeah, because I feel like everything is like gamer score achievements. So Nintendo having that kind of just like it makes it a little bit more rewarding because you actually want to beat good 100%.
Yeah.
Especially for Pokemon.
New games. There's some new games that are coming to Game Pass this month or next month, and one of them is Guardians of the Galaxy. So, John, I will not have to borrow.
Get the fuck out of here already,
bro! I'm gonna. It's gonna be Cloud.
My next one.
But I'm very excited about getting that game because I've been.
Try it, all of you, if you have Game Pass, except for Crispin. Everybody that has Game Pass,
I'm definitely
Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a lot of fun. Just try to get.
I've heard so many good things about it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Just make sure you learn the combat system.
I mean, you can't get far without learning it.
You can.
No, but like you got to understand that like you're like Star Lord is not that strong, and it's really the partners that are that strong.
So
he's actually pretty strong. Like this is like the coolest version of Star Lord I've ever like.
It's like Chris Pratt.
Yeah, it's not Chris Pratt. It's definitely a much cooler version of Star Lord than Chris Pratt. Cool. And and it's just I don't know. I just feel like the fight mechanics are just a little janky, little bit, tiny bit, like something that like you're like I have to do this stupid shit. It's like one of those. It could be a little bit more fluid.
Okay.
Like as fast paced as the combat is, I feel like the how to tell the Guardians to do what the fuck they got to do just could have worked a little bit easier, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I just suck. Maybe you guys will be like, this was the easiest game I've ever played. What the fuck is wrong with you? But I mean, for me, it could have been a little smoother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo 7 drops this week. Gran Turismo 7 drops this week.
Looks very good.
Steam may bring Game Pass to Steam, so that's cool.
Wow. Like Game Pass, or like their own version of it?
Like Game Pass, like not their own
that's
version, like actual Xbox Game Pass.
Kind of feels counterproductive.
That's cool.
It's a computer. So, I mean, yeah.
I mean, if you have a PC, you more than likely just download Game Pass to the PC instead of Steam.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Steam would be its own thing, separate from that.
No, but I mean, Steam has its own games, but they're just they might. It's not a definite. But
no, I'm just saying. It just sounds.
I always thought
figure like
Steam was just like
thing.
I always thought Steam was just like a purchasing platform.
Yeah.
Like you play the game on your actual computer. Like you don't need Steam. You need Steam to buy it.
No, you need Steam to launch it. You still need Steam to launch it. Like you launch it.
Steam is like a catalogs in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of companies have been pulling out game sales and movies from Russia because of what's going on over there. So, people like Netflix, Warner Brothers, EA, Microsoft, Epic Games, and more. They've
todo el mundo, everybody
out from there. Mouse and keyboard support is coming for Xbox Cloud Gaming. We're getting another Smash-like game from Warner Brothers called Multiverses. They just dropped that Velma is going to be a playable character in the game.
I thought Shaggy was supposed to be in it.
Shaggy,
nobody cares,
and he has an Ultra Instinct.
No one cares,
transformation.
Bro. No one cares.
Yeah, they gave.
I bet they did.
They gave him like the whole
because
Ultra
in the
Instinct
Mortal Kombat movie, in the intro they had a section where he like powered up when Ultra Instinct.
You know what gets me?
There's a Shaggy.
You know what gets me mad about games like that? You know what gets me mad about games like that? Because they're trying to make something just like Smash.
Yes, I was gonna say that too.
And it's like, bro, you could do.
We can sit on this topic a little bit.
You could get all your characters right. Make it a 3D fighting game. Put a little.
Fighter.
Yeah. Put like a little like from each character's show or whatever the fuck. Put like a little what's it called? A fighting field or whatever.
Like a stage.
Yeah, stage and start running. You don't have to fall off like.
So
Smash,
you're thinking like PlayStation?
Smash is Smash, bro. Make something different. Take people away from Smash. You know what I'm saying?
Before Jump Force, the one before Jump Force.
Like you see Jump Force. Jump Force is like you got Goku, Naruto, fucking Luffy, all these niggas going crazy. Like you just have a whole bunch of dudes going crazy, and you're like, all right, this is fun. When you see if they would have made that like Smash, I would have been like, fuck that. I'm not playing that.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Smash.
Because Smash is Smash, bro. That's it.
Yeah,
Smash is Smash. That's it.
Any game you try to make that similar to Smash is just not going. You're not gonna.
It's not gonna hit like Smash, bro.
And it's gonna look like a Smash
clone.
Carbon copy.
But people seem to like the Brawlhalla thing from
I was just about to ask, has anybody ever played Brawlhalla?
I haven't played it, but I've seen people say that it's pretty fun to play.
I have played
because of Smash,
and it's free to play. But they only give you a selection of like 5 characters, and those characters rotate like every week. They give you another 5 characters to play with.
Okay.
So they got a huge roster of characters, a lot of original stuff, and then they license other things too. They got like Rayman is a playable character in Brawlhalla.
I mean, this is not something that's not happened before. You know, Nickelodeon did a racing game that was just like a kart. So Mario
Nicktoon Kart Racers or something like that. Yeah.
Think about it, like Crash Bandicoot Kart Racing, Sonic All Stars Racing. It all comes back to Mario Kart at the end of the day. It's not to say that you can't do it and make it your own thing, but like sometimes it really is a carbon copy, and you're always gonna you're always going to revert back to, okay, this is just Mario Kart with another
with a new skin over it.
Skins
a
on
new
it.
skin over it.
It's freaking annoying. It's boring.
That's why sometimes I feel like you just got to kind of make it your own.
Use your noggin. Use your noggin.
Like, perfect example, Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. I feel like that was out of the box. Like, nobody was really... People play sports games, but nobody's really playing Olympic games like that. And then you, all right, let's take the two mascots.
Don't disrespect me like that.
And throw everybody.
Nah, the Nintendo... The
Wii
no.
Yes.
Don't disrespect me like that, boy. You heard?
I can't even see that.
Oh, shit, he really has Olympics king.
That's the Olympics one.
Don't disrespect me like that.
Oh, shit. It's not even digital. God damn, I take that back.
Don't disrespect me like that.
I went and I bought the cartridge.
Come on, son.
This nigga be playing volleyball on that shit.
Say less. I be wailing on that volleyball shit.
I know. Shit.
I know. But okay, and the last thing, sorry, John, you had something to say? Go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say, for the most part, like, Nintendo's always been great at creating a formula.
Yeah, they're always
and a lot of people want to build on top of that. Like, you know, like they basically created a genre with Metroid, right? And Castlevania being a part of that at the same time, where we have Metroidvanias now as a genre of video games, right? So a title that's so genre defining, they named the genre after it, right? Metroid. And then we have, you know, the kart racer, Mario Kart. Everybody wants to do a Mario Kart. Smash. Everybody wants to do, you know, this platform fighter. And then, you know, dungeon crawlers like The Legend of Zelda. And just these types of IPs that Nintendo does, that's kind of what they've always been good at. So what Nintendo does differently than what other people do is they stay true to their formula, but every generation that they put out, they try to make it unique to that new generation, whether the console has a new gimmick like the Wiimote, when people were using the Wiimote to steer the Mario Kart when that first came out, and that was a big fucking deal. So, like, it might have a new shtick to it. There might be a new gimmick or something, but Nintendo's always been really good at just rebranding the same formula. So yes, it's Mario Kart, but now it's Mario Kart with a fucking twist somehow.
Double Dash, and
like Double Dash on the
shit.
GameCube and stuff like that. So that there's the other companies
what's that shit called? The Ultra Glide shit, where you can
like with the parachute, the glider, and the Mario Kart.
Well, that, and I was talking about, like, you know, when your wheels like go up and you're like,
it's anti-gravity.
Anti-gravity, that's what it's called. Thank you.
That was made for Mario Kart 8.
See, and I think it goes back to the conversation we had, I think 2-3 weeks ago about about how Mario Kart, they weren't going to give you a new one. We're just going to give you all the maps from every other game in the past and remake them for the system.
I think that's still a good plan.
I'm not mad at it, honestly.
I've had time to think about that. Right, so we criticize that, but I was thinking a lot about.
I didn't criticize it.
No. Like we didn't like criticize it, but I say we because it's a collective conversation.
Yes.
Well, we didn't necessarily criticize it, but we asked why not give us a new Mario Kart game, right? Instead of all of these bonus tracks and DLC. And what I started to realize was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a port of Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U.
Yeah.
The Wii U turned out to just be a commercial failure for Nintendo. They didn't sell as many units as they wanted to, and therefore nobody played any of the games that came out for the Wii U.
That's
so
the same reason
with the Switch having such a much larger install base and a larger purchased demographic, they say, okay, we're going to take mostly all of this. Almost like 95% of the Wii U's library is now on the Switch, at least the Nintendo stuff, right? Anything that didn't need the fucking gamepad, the second screen, anything that didn't need that second screen basically got ported over to the Switch. And they took that Mario Kart and just put it on the Switch, and then it sold like it's never fucking sold before. Like Nintendo invented water and they were selling it to the world because they sold Mario Kart with every goddamn Switch possible. Yeah, and every Black Friday the bundle is buy a Switch and you get fucking Mario Kart.
Shit. It's probably gonna happen this year too.
But hey, you buy a Switch, guess what game you getting?
Mario
Kart. Play that
Which,
shit.
not for nothing, is still a good fucking deal because the shit just went on sale for $40.
And that's only gonna be for a little bit because it's going back to $60 again.
So it's still a good deal.
So what I'm thinking, right, is all right, cool. What we got was a Wii U game, so the last generation's Mario Kart. We got that for the Switch, and they didn't put out a Mario Kart for the Switch yet. We don't know if that's in the pipeline somewhere where it's like Mario Kart 9 is for the Switch, or if the next Mario Kart is for whatever system comes out after the Switch. So them doing all this bonus content is kind of just like, well, the Switch has already been around for 5 years.
That's facts.
Which most console generations are on average 7 years. 7 to 8 years, right?
Do you think we're getting another? Well, we just got an update. When last
we got
year?
They're not updating the Switch for a while. Nintendo doesn't beast on hardware, so like we're not getting another Switch or another system for a very long time.
No, I agree with that.
I think the Switch has a 10-year lifespan minimum.
Yeah,
I think it could go longer than that, but it shouldn't.
You heard it here,
technology
folks.
is going to be really old.
You heard it here first, folks. John's theory is that we're not going to get another Nintendo-like device for the next
another 5 years.
But you got to keep it like there's like typical. There are typical console generation lifespans, but when we talk about Nintendo, it works very differently. The DS just recently stopped being supported. Like the DS was still getting games up to like, I don't know the most recent one, but I'm sure a DS game came out last year.
Stuff on the 3DS.
Yeah, so like, and that was and how long has DS been out?
There was a fucking, believe it or not, don't ask me how I know this, but there was a Yokai Watch game that came out like 2 years ago. And right before the pandemic had started, that was like the last 3DS game came out, which was 2 years ago.
Even though the DS and all the 3DS and all that stuff just stopped, just think about it. They don't have to concentrate in two types of
two areas.
Because that one hardware, which is the Switch, is both hardwares that they have
that they used to produce, the handheld and the home console.
Just think about this: they might do another like iteration of the same Switch.
Exactly. Here's a beefier version of the same product.
Switch Pro, but the Joy-Cons are gonna be the same. The game is gonna be the same. The only thing that's probably gonna change is the interior, so you can play like 4K or some shit, like some bullshit like that. It might be
I actually don't anticipate
instead of $350, but.
You actually don't anticipate Nintendo making like a traditional console anymore. I think from now on, they're always going to be able to do a Switch type console where it's going to be, if you want to play it at home, 100% works. It's their bread and butter. Handheld has always been their bread and butter. It's always where they made their most money with the Game Boy Advance, 3DS. Like, yeah, they have the console stuff, but now that you combine it into both and you kill two birds with one stone, yeah, bro, they got it hands down. Especially when they continue to port DS games to the Switch, like The World Ends With You.
All their games. They literally port every single game they have ever made with these, like when you get the online thing.
The virtual console,
the Super Nintendo, the 64, the Sega, whatever the hell now. Like, bro, they're like, yo, get this, you get all the old shit. Everything that was good in the old shit, you got all of that shit too.
Not all, but they give you a good enough.
It's a pretty good selection for anybody that's never played like
every
those
game
older
that I had for the
generations.
Super Nintendo. I have it on the thing. Every single game I had for the Super Nintendo, I have it. I have it again, all over again.
All over again.
I have that shit all over.
I have one more thing on my list, and this is mostly for Shawny. But Halo, or also Angel, because I know you play Halo too. And John, you play Halo too, right?
Barely.
He dabbles.
Right. So Halo
I dabble.
Some much needed updates, and they have confirmed season 2 for May 3rd.
So I heard the season announcement too.
Yeah, I saw the season. I think it's called Lone Wolves is the new season that's coming out.
Yeah.
The armor looks fire, don't get me wrong. They confirmed that we're getting 2 new maps for sure. King of the Hill is coming back. And I don't remember what the other game modes there's a new game mode they're gonna be implementing, but I know King of the Hill is definitely coming back and whatnot. I mean, ultimately we'll see, because right now it's in that awkward low space where damn near almost all the dedicated players already hit 100 and they're kind of over. And since there's still a lot of like glitches and whatnot, a lot of like the pro players are just like, yo, like we're fucking over this shit. Like it's not even fun. Like we already hit our 100 and the game is still shitty. Like you need to still fix the game.
Well, it's getting some much needed updates. That's what I heard.
Well, but again, that's just the season. They still need to fix the shit before the season comes out.
You're saying like glitches and bugs and stuff, right?
The glitches and bugs.
Yeah,
like
that's what these updates are gonna do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But again, it should not wait until season 2 comes out because right now
I didn't say that it was waiting until season 2. I'm saying that those are two separate things. So it's getting the updates, and they have also confirmed season 2. It's not
that's what I'm saying. No.
May, but.
So what Shawny trying to say is like, before you confirm season 2, fix season 1, nigga.
At least fix it, make it playable. Because the thing is like, yo, if you're anticipating you're gonna blow up season 2 to be Lone Wolves in May, you need to make sure that everything is functioning to the best ability. It was so bad. Even the championship that just recently happened, there was a lot of glitches, a lot of crashes in the fucking championship that is being live streamed. It was crashing, bro.
That's crazy, boy.
That shit is bad.
Imagine you're like this, and that shit just stays there.
Oh, nah.
You're just frozen there. Now, all of a sudden, you just hear, and you're done.
So, like,
the wind is winding outside. My bad.
The wind is winding.
I mean, what else is it gonna do?
But the tree next to my house is gonna fall down, bro. I won't have no power. I'm good. I need this shit. I work from home.
You just don't have no shade. I mean, it doesn't have to really take the wires with it.
That shit is not that. It's not that tall. But yeah, sorry. Continue. That's not.
No, but again, man, like I said, like I'm still playing Halo, but it's like I play and I die a little bit inside every time that I play because shit's still painful. I'll be like, yo, like me and my boy play for like an hour, be like, me and X will play for an hour, and then literally X like, yo, I'm
serious question.
Done.
Serious question, Shawny. Serious question. Which one do you rather do more? Play Halo or watch Boruto?
Oh. Honestly, I would watch Baruto still, man.
Yeah, Halo sucks, bro.
Damn,
Halo trash,
man.
bro.
You heard it.
Because it's like, because at least with Baruto, it's like you know what you're getting. You know, like,
you know what you're getting with Halo,
man.
You know this.
Nah, nigga, I'm getting frustrated because I'm emptying a clip into a nigga, and nigga hit me twice, and I'm dead. No, nigga, that's frustrating.
I definitely have experienced that shit before.
I have rage quitted. I have rage quitted on Halo as well when I've emptied out like clip.
You definitely fire hella shots at the enemy and nothing happens, and they run up on you and just
nigga be like,
yo,
like,
all right, one hit, one melee hit, and I'm done.
He hits you in the ankle, you dead. You hit that nigga in the chest 700 times, he's still standing.
It'd be so.
Why you playing this game, kid?
My girl be like, how the fuck did he not die? Making fun of me and shit. I could be getting tight, nigga. I get so tight.
I would turn that shit off myself. I'll be like, yo, Shawny, we gotta stop playing this shit right now.
No, yo, I can't do any. If I get an hour, it's a good day. But it's just they need to fix it. I mean, granted, I'm excited for Lone Wolves. Hopefully, they do what they need to do. But like, it's rough, man. It's just
one thing about Shawny, man. If he loves the game, he's gonna be loyal to that game, even if that shit is ass. Same thing with the anime, bro. Naruto been at.
I'm loyal to the shit, bro.
Episodes, and
you still watching ass in episode 1.
Hey yo, a tank top daddy. He gonna be loyal. You feel me?
He got chancletas on right now. He definitely gonna be loyal.
I'm still fucking hot, bro.
Nah, but I mean that's the end of my list. I'm done. So, what was said in the chat that you said we should?
The topic was Funimation and.
Oh yes! Hold up. So, I think we spoke about this on another episode.
Yeah, we did.
All right, the bomb has stopped.
It's raining.
The bomb has stopped the bombing.
It's gone.
Yo, bro, it's winding outside. It's raining outside. It's crazy. But yeah. So I think other episode we did talk about the Funimation and Crunchyroll merger. And I think my prediction came right about that, where they are going to port all of Funchymation.
You already mixed it up.
Funchymation.
Funchyrroll.
This episode, Funchymation. But all of these Funimation content is going to Crunchyroll because Funimation's what do you call it? Their apps is terrible, man. They need a UX designer, and if you need a UX designer, you can Just hit me up. I'll tell you how the app looks like. Yes, bro. The app is garbage,
It's
bro.
bad.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Bad, bro.
It's almost as bad as the HBO Max app or the Peacock app. It's almost as bad as those.
Nah. Is it as bad as Paramount Plus?
No,
Paramount Plus is trash.
Is bad,
Paramount
bro.
Plus app is trash.
Trash.
That
And you know what I don't understand though?
sucks,
like, pause everything. Pause everything. Pause everything. Pause everything. What I don't understand though is that like you're not reinventing the wheel. Like other people
have done it better.
Have done this. YouTube, anyone can upload some shit and I can click their video and I can watch it. So like you're putting this content up onto an application that you designed. What don't you get? Like, what don't you understand?
The
like,
problem
why is it that if I press like pause on my control on my media remote for my Xbox, it doesn't translate properly to the Xbox, but I have to specifically hit the A button on the. It's just like
or trying to rewind shit. It's like, okay, I want to go back 10 seconds, and that shit takes me back 45 minutes. It's like, bro, that's not what I want.
My only problem with Funimation, I'm gonna tell you my only problem with Funimation.
That should be crashing.
There was episodes that I would click on that episode would not start. I click the next episode, that shit starts. I'm like, what the fuck going on? Like, what the fuck? So I'm just gonna miss a whole episode. I'm gonna watch the season and miss an entire one episode. That's it. Nothing else in the season doesn't work.
That episode is gonna have the plot for everything.
The most important episode. The most important episode. That shit.
The beginning of the snowball.
What the hell are we doing?
Oh my god, bro! You get to the next episode, you see this nigga on a roof on a mountaintop, and you're like, wait, how the fuck he get there?
You know when Goku went Super Saiyan?
The first time?
He already fighting Frieza.
So that nigga Super Saiyan, that nigga turned Super Saiyan. He blonde already. You're like, how the fuck this nigga blonde? Why this nigga that mad?
Last time I saw this nigga was getting mad.
You didn't see not even. You didn't even see that part. Like you didn't even see that part. Like in Dragon Ball Z Kai, that's an episode. They put that shit like one episode. Krillin get killed. That nigga get mad. He turned blonde. One episode.
That's perfect.
The next episode, that nigga blonde already like this, and I'm like, where Krillin at?
That nigga in the sky, bro. You got blown up.
That nigga dusted, but you don't know that. If you watch Dragon Ball Z for the first time, you don't know that. Like Krillin just left. To you, Krillin just left
through the Funimation app. Yeah, bro. So back to Funchymation. I'm so happy.
Funchymation. That's horrible. That sucks so much. Funchymation.
That shit don't even sound like it's spelled right.
So, bro, I'm honestly happy that the merger is going through. Now we have a hub for majority of the content. But I wanted to just say one thing about the Funimation stuff that's going on. I know a couple of weeks ago I said that Hulu was going to be losing some of their animes. Mm-hmm. I guess they were able to retain those. No, they were able to retain those.
A couple.
They retained all of them. Like none of them have dropped. Yeah, none of them have dropped. Which is crazy because I'm saying, bro, it was saying like 11 days. And that's why I was really rushing through Initial D because that's one of the ones I was about to dip on Thursday. And by Friday, I'm like, oh, this shit's still here? Well, I'm going to keep watching it. So,
no, but it was a Funimation too. So Funimation ported over.
Yeah, but again, I don't like the Funimation app. I'm not trying to. If I don't have
Hulu functions really
I will not. I will not. So I did want to say.
Hulu, not Hulu.
I'll say this later, but it was something about the Hulu and NBC and Disney thing, but we could talk about that after this. So, yes. So does anyone have anything to say about the monopoly that Funchymation has created?
I don't think it's a monopoly.
I don't think it's a monopoly, honestly.
I'm with Crispin. I don't really give a fuck, and I don't think it's a monopoly. Like,
I think it's the best thing that could possibly happen.
It could be a monopoly and the best thing that ever happened.
No. It would have been. You know why?
Amazon is a monopoly. Amazon is a monopoly, and it's one of the best things that have ever happened. You cannot doubt it.
That's wrong.
The fact that you can get a package in 2 days off online. Come on, don't do that.
That's not a monopoly. Means you are the only provider of a particular product and or service. So you're the only person.
What other company?
The only one.
What other company does what Amazon does?
Walmart, Target,
AliExpress.
AliExpress.
If you pay for Wish.
For the same price?
Yeah.
Obviously.
These are international companies as well. Like it's not all.
What do you mean, like for the same price? I just do that pay for Prime. I'm actually spending more money on Amazon than I would like on Walmart or Target and stuff like that.
So I don't spend anything on Prime. But
I mean, ultimately, it's still like, while Amazon is great, not everybody uses it.
Yeah. Like
I think since we're gonna circle it back around to the Crunchyroll conversation, it's not a monopoly per se, just because now we're getting a central hub for all things anime related. Like other streaming sites, they focus on a plethora of different genres and things to show the viewer. They might have movies and TV shows and other things, kids sections, you know what I'm saying? Like different things like that, where they're giving so many different pieces of content to their viewers. But now we actually have like a hub where all of the anime you would more than likely want to watch is going to be available to you in one place in both the English dub and the Japanese dub, which is what would really only separate those viewerships. If somebody is a dub only viewer, they would more than likely only watch their anime on Funimation, because that is the company that is making the anime in English for you, or making it available in English for you.
Yeah. Super fast too.
So yeah, they've been doing it for a while now. So more people would just be inclined to do that. But at the same time, like Funimation has their feet so deep into the anime community already. Like I'm watching One Piece in Japanese on Hulu, and I still get the Funimation intro.
You always will.
Always will. Yeah. So it's not like Funimation isn't present, right?
The
like
reason,
no matter
the reason why I wouldn't say it's a monopoly, because if you talk like that, where's the only place that you could watch like Marvel shit for real?
Disney Plus.
It's Disney Plus, because
that's a monopoly.
The person who owns that,
I agree,
is
you know what I'm saying?
it.
But it's not though, because
it's not, because they have deals with other streaming services also. Some of those movie channels, some of those movie channels like Stars and Showtime and stuff like that, they get the licenses to show movies on their
Amazon
TV
Prime
networks.
Video has those movies.
Yeah.
To rent,
you can ultimately get them. I can go on.
Them.
You can buy them.
I can go to Xbox right now and buy the Marvel movie.
Buy a Marvel movie. Yeah, you can buy it on the Xbox store.
When it comes to anime, you might not see a lot of companies with
stream it, but I can get it somewhere else.
But when you go to like Asia, in Asia, there's a whole bunch of companies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you watch One Piece, you got Naruto, you got Full Metal. All of that is on Netflix. But they have it all on Crunchyroll too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's not a monopoly. If there was no anime anywhere else,
anywhere, like you could, and
just Netflix. That's
Netflix is an anomaly, because they fund their own anime projects,
and they make their own anime.
They'll say, this is a Netflix original anime. Like,
but to be honest, I actually I don't use Crunchyroll. I'll be one of those people that
hold on. Allow one person to speak at a time. I feel like
I thought Angel was talking.
I don't use Crunchyroll. Like that's not where I go for my anime. I go to Hulu for my anime.
Same.
Like the only reason why I had invested a month into Funimation is because they did have the Attack on Titan, the first part of season 4. They had in dub already, and I kind of want to watch it in dub. So I was like, cool, I'll watch it on Funimation, whatever. But other than that, I could ultimately wait. I have YouTube TV.
Yo, let me say something. I don't know if you guys have watched this anime, and if you haven't, please do. Run with the Wind. Anybody?
No, not familiar.
Please do. Please
not heard of it.
Please do. It's on Crunchyroll. It's amazing. It's 26 episodes, only one season. It's something like this.
So one shot.
Yep. You sit down, watch
throw
it.
that in the recommendation list.
Facts. Yo, my bad, Angelito. You told me to watch an anime. I did not remember the name, so throw it on the chat so I could watch it.
He recommended like 7.
No, but he said one that he told me, watch this one. Forget about everything else.
You know, it's crazy, bro. I'm not gonna say it on the chat, because if anybody will watch it and would say that you forgot the name of this one anime, which is like one of the biggest anime of like anime.
The reason I forgot is because you just said it and then it didn't register. I forget names of anime I like.
Why don't you just tell them now? Because the viewers are gonna want to know what the fuck you're talking about.
Say it. Make me look bad.
Senjutsupa Gurren Lagann. Nah, you can just do Gurren Lagann.
I knew it was something like that, because in my head I was like, did he say Code Geass? That you see what I'm saying? Like in my
at one
head,
point I did say Code Geass, but then they're very similar.
So you told me 700 things. I remembered Code. It's the only thing I remembered. And then somebody said, I asked somebody, was like, "Yo, what's the anime that starts with Code?" They were like, "Code Geass." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the shit they said."
Which you still should watch. That shit's like 52 episodes. That's
What
a
was the
good
other
one.
one that you said? I just forgot.
Goran
Lagann.
Lagann.
Right? Goran Lagann. Put it in the chat, bro. So I don't.
I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat for you.
All right, keep going.
Yeah, that's in my watch list. I have it in my watch list on.
I'm bugging out, bro. I be forgetting shit.
So reverting to the conversation about Monopoly, still, that's actually a good point you brought up, Crispin, about Gurren Lagann. It won't be a monopoly when you have something like Netflix, and I think I mentioned it episode or two ago how Netflix in Japan is what Crunchyroll is to us. So where we're watching Titan premiere on Crunchyroll, they're watching that premiere on Netflix in Japan. So all this really does is kind of combines two powerful forces into one and just puts them into a stronger competition. You look at something like Netflix where they just JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6. A lot of people don't watch JoJo, but JoJo is very, very popular.
Super popular.
It did Part 6 did not go to Crunchyroll, where Part 1 through 5 is. It went to Netflix as an exclusive. You also have something like Eden Zero, which was from the maker of Fairy Tail. That went to Netflix.
Eden Zero is hard.
I need to watch. I keep hearing it, and it's on my list.
That's hard.
They got that. You got something like Baki, which is quote quote a Netflix original. You got Yasuke that was directly to Netflix.
Garbage.
Anyway,
why you gotta
you
go
got
hard?
something.
Yasuke was pretty terrible.
That was garbage.
But if you think about it,
I destroyed it in like the early
we know.
podcast episodes.
Yes,
shit was garbage, bro. Don't ever say that shit up here again.
Continue. The point is it sticks to the point of what I'm trying to say. You also have certain animes that are going to Amazon Prime, which I believe Vinland Saga season 2. Well, Vinland Saga season 1 was on Prime.
It is,
but now part 2 I think is going to be going to Crunchyroll.
Still waiting
now
for that shit to get dubbed.
Yo, deadass.
That's
I'm
another
on
benefit
Netflix
to it.
right now. I'm on Netflix right now. These niggas have a lot of anime, bro.
And that's what I was gonna say. It's not gonna be Monopoly because a lot of people nowadays, their introduction to anime is through Netflix.
That's all
half
anime,
the time,
bro. That's crazy.
Hunter.
None of that.
I know,
Bleach,
but it is what it is.
Titan. They're all on Netflix. The
Shaman
first few
King.
seasons.
Yeah,
Shaman King. I'm talking about like the shared ones, but Shaman King is another one. That's a perfect example of exclusive. So we're not really going to walk into a monopoly with this. In my opinion, it just works out better because now it's like Crunchyroll taking over Funimation. What that means for us as the consumer is your dubs are probably going to get done a lot faster now because normally when something goes directly to Funimation, you can get the dub
right
and
away.
in like a
the
month.
dub and the sub all to know like same time because
Same
even My
time,
Hero,
yeah.
the delay was probably like
a week. It's a week.
episodes.
No, it's a week away.
Yeah.
It was like 2 weeks, but yeah.
No, My Hero was a week until COVID pushed the hold them back, and they
My
ended up
Hero
pushing
was
it
a
like
week.
4 weeks.
My Hero was a week.
It depends on the
anime. Yeah,
because Attack on Titan did not start dubbing until the season was finished.
Yeah, and they're only on to like the third dub right now, third episode.
Dub until the
but
season
I remember My Hero, Fire Force, and something else. Was just it was like the episode dropped this week. The next week there was a dub, and then you had a new episode. It was. Just
I think Fire Force was literally this. They would drop the sub and the dub at the same time, almost. I think.
No, it was a week apart.
I have a beef with Fire Force because it's been almost a year since season 2 has dropped, and we have not heard about a season 3. But that's
season. It's just I think it's just wrapping up the manga now.
Yeah, the manga is
wrapped up.
Yeah,
but the problem is again, COVID. They're probably putting focus on something else. Like you gotta.
I'm not trying to get it.
I mean, ultimately, is what I'm getting at is that it's good. It's good for the consumer. Like I don't think we're gonna worry about a monopoly too much. I think it's gonna make anime blow up a little bit. Definitely more. I think a lot of people's biggest complaint was that. Am I going to go with Funimation or am I going to go with Crunchyroll? Because there was a point where Crunchyroll and Funimation were part of Verve, and they had High Dive, they had other anime streaming platforms all in one place. Then Sony bought Funimation and pulled them out of that. So now we're essentially reverting back to the original Verve, but just all under the Crunchyroll banner.
Verve was a subsidiary for Crunchyroll too.
Yeah,
it was made by the same company.
Company, but then when they got bought, they took them out. But we're essentially going back to that now. The biggest thing that I've seen online about it though is that a lot of users are pissed because Funimation, and I remember recently before the transition, they offered a deal that you can buy a whole year of the subscription for Funimation and get discounts on the sales
for $79.99. You buy a whole year. That's what I did last year. $79.99 for the whole year. A regular price is like $7.99 for every month or whatever. But the $79.99 for the year was probably the reason why I was able to watch so much anime last year. And I feel like Crunchyroll may not do the same type of promotional deal because I haven't seen them.
They still have it.
No, Funimation has it, yes, but I don't know.
So
Crunchyroll.
So what they're doing is
they have it yearly though, because I've seen it before. Because I was checking the prices.
Crunchyroll does have a super fan combo that you can do to essentially get the same thing. So what they're essentially doing is that if you have a Funimation account, you should have gotten an email that gives you a 60-day code for Crunchyroll Premium to test it out. If you have the year that you already pre-purchased with Funimation, you have to contact Funimation support, and they will work with you to revert the remainder of your year into your new Crunchyroll subscription. So there's a lot of
ways to get this thing fixed.
Yeah, and another thing is big thing that I realized too that somebody mentioned is that digital copies. So with Funimation, like My Hero, Two Heroes, when you buy the DVD, they give you a code to redeem it within the Funimation app, so you have a digital copy. So if you had my login, you can go watch the movie and don't need the physical copy of it. So with the transition, Funimation essentially said that we're not, as of right now, you're not going to be able to transfer over those digital copies of the movies you have, which to me is a concern because, okay, I got my 3 My Hero Academia movies. I have Dragon Ball Super Broly, all of these movies and whatnot. What's going to happen to them? And they essentially tell you, hey, if you have Funimation, you can cancel your plan right now and then start your Crunchyroll plan. But my fear is if I cancel my Funimation plan, do I lose access to my digital movies?
No, you do.
And that's gonna freak me out because I'm like, yo, it's
$20 paid for
whatever,
it, yeah.
but still my fucking movies.
Well, I don't think you would. I mean, it would be bad business if they do that because
they should just put it on your Crunchyroll.
That's what I'm saying. They haven't gotten that far yet.
I think what they should do is like anybody that has a paid Funimation, they should do an update on the app or whatever, and then have to just convert. Convert it into the other one, and that's it.
That opens up the big debate of digital media and the fact that everything is digital and streaming now, because ultimately companies could do that shit. Like they can just take something off the platform and then boom, you're asked out. That's one of the big things against Nintendo too, or like Nintendo takes shit off of their download platform. For example, like Super Mario 3D All Stars, where it's like we're only gonna have this temporarily on sale. Makes people feel some type of way because damn, bro, like there's a whole push for preservation of games or preservation of any type of media, for history or for learning or for culture and whatnot. So digital things like this, where we're always constantly streaming or buying things digitally, to the point where what if the movies that I bought digitally, for example, I have Star Wars digitally. I got that through Xbox. I got all 6 movies done that. I mean, I want to say not all 6 movies. I only consider the original 6.
I guess
like real Star Wars, if anybody knows Star Wars. Anyway, sorry. But like at any point in time, if my Xbox was like, you know what, we're going to take that off of our server, I don't have access to these movies anymore. So that opens us the debate up like whether we should really be sticking with physical media or buying on this digital shit.
I think if you
hold on.
Give me some. Let me say something real quick. I think if you have a lot of importance for somebody, not for somebody, for something like a game or a movie or music, I think you should buy it physical.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I got my movies physical.
John buys almost everything physical, right, John? Am I mistaken?
Yes, sir.
See what I'm saying? I have the physical copy as well, and as you guys know, my physical copy is sealed. I have the digital copy, but if they say, "Oh, Pokemon Legends Arceus is not gonna be on the Switch anymore," I'm like, "You said
the fuck it is."
I have the physical copy, motherfucker. You're not gonna have the digital copy, but I'm pretty sure this cartridge will work. I can tell you that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want something,
I know what you're saying.
If you want something to save it, just buy the physical copy, bro. And if you just want to have it on your digital stuff, just buy a digital too. Just spend your money. It's your money.
No, but that's the thing they did. That's the gimmick, though, is that if you buy the physical, you get a code to redeem the digital version as well. I got my physical movies, but also I like having the digital and whatnot because maybe I want to be lazy and not switch the disc, or say if there's one of my friends that want to watch the movie, I don't got to send them the fucking movie. They can log into my account and watch the movie.
I guess your friend has to come over then,
I mean, it's kind of hard when they live across the states.
Sucks to be him. Buy the fucking physical copy yourself, nigga. The fuck?
I just want to say, because I was looking for the Crunchyroll yearly subscription. They don't have one. At least none that I could find. They only have the actual month-by-month pricing. So again, if someone like me, that I would rather, if they give me a good price on the yearly price
I'd rather do that too.
I would rather watch the yearly price because there are too many things that I'm paying month to month. Like if I could pay for the Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN on a yearly, I would pay the yearly and save.
You save a lot more money, a lot more frustrations and surprises. And another thing we got to consider
don't be dumb, guys. If you're gonna pay yearly, pay a different month, so they don't take it out all in one month and then you ask
factory. But yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that I'm really scared about. I just want a yearly subscription because, again, having Funimation since November of 2020 to November of 2021 was probably that's why I watched a lot of anime. Granted, there is a lot of anime to watch on Hulu, which I have, and I've had Hulu for a long time. I watched majority of my anime on the shitty Funimation app, just because
you like torture.
Yeah,
that's why I watch my anime too. So
I watch that shit.
Honestly, I'll say this, right? The Funimation app on the Xbox, on the computer, and on the TV, garbage. The one on the phone is livable. It's livable.
The tablet, that's where I watch it most of the time.
The phone it's fine. It's just when they try to put it on the Xbox. Oh my god, bro! I can't rewind. I can't.
The Xbox is rough, man.
Trying to watch it on the TV with the Roku.
Bro. Bro, I put it on my Fire TV, bro. I can't watch. Luffy goes and punches somebody in the face. I'm trying to go back, bro. I'm
trying to see that one knockout one more time.
Yeah, bro. Now niggas are
happening.
Well, oh shit, I'm gonna drop some shit. But yeah, that shit just that's the only thing I'm really scared about the yearly subscription. I just want
I think they're gonna do it though. I think it's just because they're still in the transition of things and whatnot. They're gonna take what works.
Yeah, but this new ownership, bro, and with new ownership,
it's not really new ownership though. It's the same shit. They just own it.
Sony is
the one who owned Funimation first.
For how long?
For Sony bought. It goes back to when Crunchyroll was under Verve. Why do you think Funimation left Verve?
Okay,
because Sony bought them and it was a conflict of interest.
And I understand that. So I'm saying, when did that happen? Like, what year? Do we know the year?
Probably like 2-3 years.
While I'm looking it up, y'all talk.
All I'm
saying is that we're gonna be fine. Like, they're still in the middle of the transition. They're still working this shit out.
By the end of this year is over for Funimation.
Yeah,
by the end of this year is done.
Funimation's done because the way it works now is that any new series that they're going to continue to air new episodes. But aside from that, Funimation isn't getting shit. It's all going to Crunchyroll.
So Sony owns Funimation closes 1.2 billion for the Crunchyroll. Jesus Christ! For the Crunchyroll accusation. 1.2
acquisition.
I know.
I know. Come on, man.
But they bought it maybe in like 2017, 2016. It says a few years after AT&T took over Funimation, Sony had grabbed
AT&T.
A few years later. Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised who owns what sometimes when you follow the money.
Stupid shit.
Bro, I was surprised
that Coca-Cola owns fucking television companies too. Like, yeah.
I was surprised.
Coca-Cola owns BET. What the
I mean, that makes sense. That's why I see so many fucking Coca-Cola commercials when I'm watching BET. But I was surprised when I found out what do you call it? NBC Comcast owned a stake in Hulu.
Just one steak, not two.
No,
piece
just
of
one
salmon.
steak. Not. Hold up. Goodbye. Anyway, so yeah, but just to move towards that angle, I did want to note that Hulu is getting a lot of their NBC is taking a lot of the next day content off of Hulu, and you'll be able to watch it on Peacock now. So I did want to talk about that a little bit because I thought that was interesting. It's been a long time since, like, I think that was the model of Hulu for the most part. Like, a show would air and then literally the next day you can watch it. Exactly. So for the fact
that reason I have Peacock is because Bel Air, bro.
I mean, I have
no, that's not true, but okay.
Not for me.
I mean, I love The Office, so that's also.
I don't watch that shit.
Well, because remember, this all goes back to when The Office was getting. Remember when they announced that The Office was coming off of
leaving
Netflix?
Oh my god, they was crying, bro.
It was a big deal.
Yeah, I remember.
Everybody canceled their Netflix account and shit.
One day we gotta have the conversation that Netflix kind of just. I mean, we know it at this point. Netflix is like the godfather of all this shit.
Netflix is the godfather of shit. Netflix killed off Blockbuster. Let's talk about it.
Well, we're not gonna talk about it today, but yeah, that's true.
But there's documentaries on that shit, but we don't gotta talk about it. That's just facts. Like, Netflix is the killer
on Netflix,
and then everybody did everything. Of course,
and then everybody wanted to be the Netflix of whatever they were doing before. Yeah. So Netflix is a trailblazer in the industry.
The wind is winding out my window too.
I told you, bro. The wind is winding right now. But
because of Netflix, we got Apple Music, we got
yeah.
What's it called? What's the other shit called? The green shit? Spotify.
Honestly,
Spotify.
Because of Netflix, bro, we got everything, bro. We got fucking food delivery services that we can subscribe to that fucking drops at our door, bro.
Like something on Helito. What the hell? Helito the jump shot. He come back crazy.
Crazy hard.
Hey, man, for a month, you come back. You gotta come back.
Our point guard. Our point guard was away. Man. Come on, man.
Because even look at Amazon Prime, right? Everybody got Prime because nigga it was 2 free day shipping. Like you save so much money throughout the year of all the shit you get.
Nah,
nobody was
lazy, bro.
Oh yeah, of course. But nobody was checking for Prime Video until Netflix came around and Prime had to really put their elbows into the shit and blow it because now we got The Boys that came out. The Boys
is hard, bro.
Not really. I feel like I don't even think that Prime Video was like a thing really when Netflix was coming out. No,
nah, but Prime has some shows that
they started putting. That's what it is. Like people started seeing themselves as they started seeing this space that they can fill. They started realizing that obviously people are leaning away from cable and going and leaning away from that, going away from that. People don't want to drop $100 a month to watch whatever the fuck it is live. Rather, we can produce our own things and have people specifically subscribe to us. So obviously, yeah, Amazon does. I mean, Netflix started doing that when they realized that people aren't going to give them shit that they can just make money off of. We got to produce our own content. Then obviously Amazon just started doing it. Hulu started doing it. Almost every streaming service has their own content that they put out because who really goes to the cable?
We're do an episode about who has the best shows.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm gonna stay away from that one.
Don't give it up.
Don't say nothing. I just said we have to do an episode.
That's gonna be a heated episode.
I think this
better be writing this shit down. You talking about let's table this, let's table that.
Let's talk about something like important right now. How about they're in Amazon?
Hold on. We're still on the Hulu and them taking their content off of. Oh, sorry, NBC taking their content off of Hulu and how this will affect how people watch TV. Because, I mean, yes, I know it stemmed into the whole conversation of how Netflix was kind of the GOAT and the godfather of all this stuff. But remember that Hulu was literally created for, or not created for, but a lot of people subscribe to Hulu because shit will come up and then literally the next day you can watch it. And that's been their platform since the beginning. So the fact that they're literally moving away from their platform is kind of crazy. And I personally don't see a lot of original Hulu content that I would watch. There's maybe one or two things that I've watched, but other than like anime and maybe like the next day thing, like I watched this show called American Idol and Abbott Elementary. Those shits come
and
up.
Wu-Tang is on Hulu.
And
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. The only thing that's a Hulu original that I watch.
There's another show. Oh, babe,
Handmaid's Tale was one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, but I think it's just interesting on how they're moving away from their original formula.
I forgot what it was.
And now coming to
because I mean, you gotta understand, like, when Hulu started, Hulu didn't have competition. Like, Netflix was its thing where it's like, we're gonna have movies, documentaries, whatever. And Hulu's like, okay, we'll just take our whatever shows are on TV, we'll just put that on streaming services. But then, obviously, those providers that made those shows are like, fuck it, let me make my own streaming service so I can cash in on this subscriber thing. So Hulu is forced now to produce their own content. Obviously, I'm sure they still have a lot of deals with channels where they still got that shit. That ultimately that is going to be their bread and butter.
They still offer live sports also. You could pay
and live sports and things like that.
And they're part of the Disney Plus bundle. You can't really like.
And it's Disney at the end of the day. Like Disney owns Hulu, so I mean. To me, like,
Hulu's gonna fall, but I just think
they license.
They're moving away.
Yeah, Hulu's not gonna go away, but it's still to me it's the other companies where
they got old shows and old movies.
Old shows and shit like that.
Comes out. They get the licenses for quite a bunch of different things.
Yeah, but like
I've seen a lot
ultimately,
of
like
interesting ass shit on Hulu. Like word, Hulu has this movie.
Hulu has sleepers. I'll give them that. They have sleepers.
Well, ultimately, like Peacock, NBC, they're gonna put shit on their Peacock platform because that's what they made it for. Paramount Plus, Viacom is like, you know what, we can make our own fucking platform, and that's where Paramount comes in.
They need to make a better app because that app is trash.
They need to make a better app, but they got mad shows because it's fucking Viacom. At the end of the day, they got a lot of shit there. So I mean, but that we're competing with what, like 3-5 different channels, services, whatever it is that own everything. So I mean, I'm not particularly stressed, or I don't think that Hulu at least is going to go anywhere or is taking a big L, because ultimately they got a lot of shit that they can ultimately get.
Yeah, they have other.
And at the end of the day, Disney is Disney, and Disney is going to be Disney forever.
Disney's going to back them up. You got Disney on your back, you good money.
So speaking about Disney, I know we all heard the news of them adding all of the old Netflix Marvel shows to Disney Plus.
They're just waiting for that license to run out. That's all Disney was doing. That's what they're waiting.
It's out.
Yeah. No,
and now it's out, and now they're getting and now they got it. I'm not particularly like. I mean, it was only a matter of time. That's what I mean to say. It's only a matter of time for them to get those shows. It's only a matter of time for them to get Sony shit when Sony is done with, fucking Spiderman and all that whole universe and whatnot.
Do we know how long the license is on that shit? Because I feel like they've had
that shit since 2003.
Actually, I'm sorry. Like, do they own?
No. Sony owns Spider-Man still. They just have a partnership with Disney.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They own it.
To use it.
Here's how that works. Exactly. So Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man films, and only Spider-Man films.
Everything else.
If it's a movie that hits the theater, it goes through Sony. If it's anything else under the goddamn sun, it's Marvel. So the deal,
the freshman year
the game is done through Marvel, right? So that's why it's Marvel's Spider-Man on PS4. It's just that Sony, basically made it so that way it would be exclusive to that platform because of their relationships with Marvel and the character.
That makes sense.
They made that work for that situation. But the deal is that Sony has the rights to all the films, and whenever they do those the Spider-Man films, Disney keeps all the merchandising. Yes. All the merchandise sales for anything Spider-Man related, that goes to Disney, and Sony keeps the box office.
So, super stupid question, maybe smart question, I don't know.
Ask your question.
So, if, for example, if a Spider-Man show comes up, you know how you have the
that's what I was about to say.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, well, that's all.
That goes through Marvel. That goes through Disney.
The reason why we haven't gotten it is because Sony has the rights to the films.
So
we're getting the new animated though.
Yes, that's what I was going to say, Shawny. No, Crispin, I'm about to answer your question right now.
Go.
So actually, that's why we're getting the cartoon version of his freshman year. So if you've been paying attention to the movies, you notice that we haven't
seen the last one still.
That's fine, but if we still haven't seen the
origins
of this particular Spider-Man. We've seen the origin story of all the two other ones. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. But the Tom Holland one, we have not seen it. So they're actually coming out with a Spider-Man freshman year, I think it's called.
Yeah, freshman year.
Explain his origin story. And I think
Disney
the reason
Plus.
why they're doing it animated is because
they can get around it.
They can get around it. They can't have Tom Holland come on Disney Plus and do that.
Do a show.
Do a show.
Give me a second, because a show, a TV show, or a streaming show is not the same as a film.
Yes,
it's not. But there might be a lot of like legal, mumbo jumbo that's in that contract.
If they're telling me that Tom Holland could only come out in the movies, then it makes no sense to make it a live action.
But see, this animated series is gonna be in the same or whatever it's called. Like
no. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I understand that the show that they're making is gonna connect to the movies. It makes sense. What I'm saying is
Tom Holland is owned by Sony, so yeah. I mean,
that's what I'm trying to say. If Tom Holland cannot come out in the show, it makes no sense for them to make it a live action.
Yeah. But that was my question. That was my question. Is it because Tom Holland is like in a contract with Sony? He's with Sony. Like
he's definitely a Sony employee
by Sony, bro.
Speaking of Tom Holland and Sony,
he was Nathan Drake and
speaking of Tom Holland and Sony, I did see Uncharted. It actually was a very fun movie. I would recommend it.
Oh, okay.
Tom Holland is that nigga, yo. Tom Holland.
It was a fun movie. I'm not gonna say it was the grand all be all, but it was a fun movie.
Actually, about real quick, John. I just want to say one thing about Uncharted because I've seen this earlier. But actually, what's his name? Mark Wahlberg was actually casted to play Nathan Drake, and this was like when the movie was first written, like years ago.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah,
back in the day. And then when they started to develop the movie, they told him that, oh yeah, we still want you to be in the movie. And they said, yeah, Tom Holland's also going to do it. And he thought it was going to be like Robin De Niro or some other old actor or some shit like that. And he ended up being the old dude. So I thought that was just something to say. I've never played the game. I don't know anything about it. But
speaking about other Sony properties, how do we feel about Amazon Prime being in talks to produce a God of War TV series?
Hold on. I think John wanted to say something really quickly.
No, the last thing I was going to talk about the whole Sony and Spider-Man stuff was just that Sony's allowed to continue holding the license for Spider-Man films as long as they continue releasing Spider-Man films.
And but them niggas is always going to make Spider-Man films. I'm never letting this shit go.
Right now, it makes a lot of money for Sony. So they want to keep that.
I can't believe they're still coming out with Morbius or Mobius or whatever that's
Morbius.
Well, that's part of the deal. They can just they can shit out Spidey villains.
Anything that has to do with Spider-Man, if they make it, they still keep the license, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the stipulation.
That's why we got Venom all over the place. That's exactly why we have Venom all over the place.
Yeah, so they're just like, hey, by the way, Spider-Man's still ours.
No, I like Venom. I like Venom movies.
But yeah, so to answer Angel's question, I think I never got. He was asking how we felt about like God of War potentially coming to Amazon Prime as a show. I haven't played the new God of War, although I own it. I just haven't played it yet. So I don't know the direction that they took the story in, but I have played and beaten the first 3 original God of War games.
Okay.
And I'm familiar with that version of Kratos. Don't know how much different he is now that he's older.
Super different.
This one.
Super different.
But I think that doing a show for that would be cool as long as it has some good, like plot and story details. Just because majority of God of War, at least in the past, I have not played this new one for the PS4.
You gotta play it, bro.
Don't fucking kill me. But at least the older God of War games was just a hell of a lot of hack and slash.
Yeah,
just attack everything under the sun.
I think that.
So I just hope there's good story there behind the violence.
I don't know. Before Angelito goes, I know you're gonna go in depth about God of War. I never played the game. I just seen my dude in gameplay. If the show is something close to fighting monsters and going crazy, I'm down with it.
See,
I'm down.
And Let me piggyback over that another Angel Rock. I was cringing because I was like, it depends on which one they do. Because if they try to do like the first 3, I feel like I don't know, because the first 3 was meant to be over the top, and I can't see them trying to match that energy. But from what I've seen of the remake, if they go that route, I'm here for it, only because I didn't think Witcher was going to be as good as it was the way that Netflix did it.
Yeah, Witcher's hard.
Witcher's hard. So if they go the God of War route, the new
I gotta watch that
God of War with it, and Amazon Prime is pretty good with their shows. Like they don't really miss too much. So I feel like if they really focus in how that, because I feel like how it is. The remake is very story oriented, so it's not going to be that hard for them to translate it.
So you say remake? It's not a remake. I would definitely say it is a sequel.
It's a it's like a soft reboot. No,
it's a soft reboot. Yeah, soft reboot, but it ultimately, because I wouldn't say a reboot, because ultimately it is a continuation of the story. And if you do play God of War 2018, you'll see that it is a continuation, because Kratos does know and recognize his past. As the Ghost of Sparta, he will always be the Ghost of Sparta. I definitely understand where you come from. I don't think they'll do the Greek mythology, or at least the exact same way that the game did Greek mythology, obviously, because that was a very over the top, super violent, sex rated M everywhere type thing.
I mean, it was Amazon Prime.
But
so
I mean,
but then the heart of the Norse, the reboot. Hold on, before you get there, the 2018 reboot has such a more grounded story. And although it does have it has epic, wild, over the top moments, but you wouldn't even say like that's the star of the show, or that's the star of the game, is the epic, over the top moments. Those moments between Kratos and Atreus, obviously you'll get to play it one day. Those moments where it actually makes you feel like a father yourself, those are like the greatest moments there. So play 2018, play God of War 2018. You absolutely have to. I'm kind of upset that you haven't. It's been 4 years. Definitely get on that, and you'll see just like it might even make you shed a tear at one point, just of how good the storytelling is there. Side note, God of War 2018, the camera is all one shot. There are no cuts in the camera the entire game. So that's just a technical marvel that should just blow your mind in and of itself.
That sounds dope.
What I was gonna say is, when it comes to a show, like you said, the beginning, the first 2 games, or the first game, or whatever, was like super crazy. First 3 games, right, were super crazy. If we lived through Game of Thrones, I'm pretty sure we could do this. Throw it at me. Give me everything. Give me the violence.
Game of Thrones wasn't action packed like that. Game of Thrones wasn't violent and crazy like that. Game of Thrones had a lot of storytelling through dialogue.
What Game of Thrones did you watch?
What? I watched Game of Thrones since it dropped 2011. Don't try to play with me. Game of Thrones. I watched Game of Thrones. I might have binged it. I'm a fan. I was a 10-year long fan.
I became a fan because I even saw YouTube theories. Trust me.
Wait. So you said that Game of Thrones was not gory?
You can't say Game of Thrones.
I did not say that. You put words into my mouth. I said that Game of Thrones, the majority of Game of Thrones wasn't like necessarily super violent and action packed.
But there was a lot of
Game of Thrones was not like action packed. It wasn't an action packed show.
I think you gotta consider what we're comparing to. We're comparing it to the God of War, the first 3 God of Wars.
Game of Thrones itself was not an action packed.
Game of Thrones was not that. I would say Game of Thrones was
what you're saying.
Not even through, not for nothing. I could say a majority of the show, I never saw Game of Thrones as an action-packed show. They had action in it.
Listen to what I'm trying to say. If people live through Game of Thrones, right? We know when the show is named God of War, we got to think about this show that we're about to see some crazy shit. It literally says God of War. It could be the Prince of War, and we know this is about to be crazy. Because it's war.
Like, it's about war.
Even in history, we know war was crazy. World War II, World War I, that shit was insane. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you see the name God of War, whatever, we know we're about to see some crazy shit.
I would just say you can compare it. I would have rather you said Spartacus.
I probably did not see that because I don't know.
I know you didn't.
Spartacus was phenomenal.
Spartacus was violent. And it wasn't even like violent.
That was a really good comparison.
I would even say Spartacus was more over the top because, especially the first season of Spartacus, when they cut someone and blood came from like the side of the screen, like that, like it was really wild.
That
like
was just horrible shooting, bro.
No. If you watch it, like you'll understand like how they
Spartacus is a good example.
the artistic. But I would have rather you said Spartacus as a comparison of where they could go with this with a God of War series. And then, of course, obviously, if they were to tackle the Norse mythology, I would understand it would slow down a lot more, just because it wasn't as it wasn't as over the top as the original 3 games.
But the battles were not as over top, but they were action packed. So I can see the Norse mythology translating better than the Greek mythology in a sense. I can 100%. See that, especially with Amazon Prime. Yeah, I would say the Norse would be the best route to go with this.
And especially with all the Norse stuff that we've been getting recently, man. A lot of Norse shows and a lot of Norse gaming. Like 100% with Vikings, with Valhalla, with a bunch of stuff. Yeah, Norse mythology is really taken off.
Definitely.
All right, so I think that's it, man. We definitely was chatting. It's like
for real.
30.
We just got to do One Piece and then
get out of here. The wind is winding outside, so y'all be safe.
The wind is winding, the rain is raining.
John,
nature.
John, hold up. I don't. I need to get like a One Piece drop for you, bro. When you about to do this whole.
Yo, don't interrupt him when he's doing his One Piece. It's already gonna take 15 minutes for him to do this One Piece. Don't interrupt him when he says some random ass comment.
Nah, you're right.
Don't do that shit, bro.
At least let me say most of what I gotta say.
At least let him finish.
Sometimes Mac needs to like explain shit. He'd be like, "No, you don't understand."
Yeah, I have
to, bro.
No, you don't have to, bro.
I do.
This is John. No, you don't. This is John's One Piece moment.
Yeah, but
that's
I'm in it. I don't give a fuck. It's Macky and John's One Piece moment.
I will leave.
Anyway,
I will exit the chat right now.
I will leave. That's simple. Listen, John. Okay. What episode are you at, bro? Because last episode you were on what? And then
on the last episode of Paradise Podcast, I was on episode 244. I am now on episode 263.
Oh shit! My man went 20 episodes. My man went 20 episodes on me.
So I'm on 263, and the exact part that I'm on right now is basically after a lot of shit has happened. So after they finally resolved the issue in the burning building, and they jumped on the second C train and they chased after Robin on the train, and Sanji's on the fucking train, and Usopp and Frankie are on the fucking train.
No. It's not Usopp.
It's Sagi, whatever the fuck.
Sniper
King.
But he has like a name in the Japanese fucking.
It's Sniper King. It's in Japanese
stuff. Yeah, he's from the island of snipers.
Yeah.
so
did you hear the song?
Yeah, the whole Super
song?
Sentai opening that they did twice.
Yep, beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. So I won't speak no more. Mute me.
So that stuff is great. There was one thing that had popped up to me.
Sanji was fighting that dude in the thing, right?
The ramen Kempo guy.
Yeah.
He made the ramen noodle armor. Yeah. So there's a lot of funny moments. Sanji proved to me in that fight why I definitely like his character a lot. Where he's just like, normally I don't use my hands because I'm a chef and my hands belong in the kitchen.
Since you spaghetti.
But since you fight with food, I'm gonna show you what these fucking hands do. And he just fwah. And
it went on the philosophy of
the fuck up. So that was great. I like seeing stuff like that with Sanji's character. It's nice payoff because you never see Sanji use his hands really ever like that unless he is cooking. You're
never gonna see him use his hands again.
So
that's probably the only time, bro.
Spoiler alert.
So surprise, because we were gonna get another food-based villain that soon, right? So there was one thing that stood out to me on my last viewing that I wanted to bring to the podcast and just talk about Oda's ability to completely transform a character, right? And I want to talk about Lucci as the villain of this particular arc, and how the first time you encounter this character, you know, his guise is basically that he's a ventriloquist making this pigeon talk for him. Because he's too shy to use his own speaking voice to talk to people, you know, which in One Piece, by the time Angel you get to this point, because you're gonna get there. So by the time you get to that point in the anime, you expect weird and silly things to happen on a regular basis. It's just a part of One Piece is just weird, silly, but it makes fucking sense somehow, and it all takes itself very seriously, but it's weird and silly. So to see a guy that talks through his pet pigeon just wasn't out of the realm of things I expected to see in One Piece. But then what happens is when you get this character's true motives revealed to the audience, and he does start using his real voice, it's entirely menacing. And his character changes completely, the demeanor, because now his voice has been introduced. There's a little bit more of that, like that leadership that he has, and the way that he talks to the other members of
CP9.
What is it, the CP9 and stuff like that. So there's just an incredible way to transform a character. And that's just an example of how Oda subverts your expectations. An observation that my wife had while watching One Piece was that, you know, she says, every time I think something's going to happen, that is nowhere near what ends up being what happens.
Nowhere.
And you know, and that's been a treat,
Yo, man,
you know, to always have your expectations kind of subverted.
I want to just interject, and I feel like by the time you catch up to where we are in One Piece, Oda's going to be your favorite mangaka. I promise you, bro. He's going to be.
He's already becoming my favorite, just like writer in general, story wise. Story wise, I've just never kind of seen a story put together in this way before. But
get ready.
You know, I want to steer away from the praise, because I do that a lot for these things. So I just kind of want to actually break down like elements within the arc. I have noticed this 2-part section of Water 7.
Can you just tell us where you are right now? Like, what's the last thing you saw, so I don't spoil anything, please?
Basically, like Usopp had that idea to disconnect the car and then take Robin and run to the back, and then they ended up bringing the other train car back to them, and just continue whatever the hell was going to happen. Like that was basically what happened. Was Usopp was trying to get them the fuck out of there, and then Robin was just like, you're not paying attention to anything I'm fucking telling you, and then she ties him up or whatever. I do. They showed us Frankie's backstory for the most part, right? I don't know if there's going to be more flashback. Like, we saw him being adopted basically by Tom, and I saw the whole Tom flashback, and, you know, the fish man that built the ship that the last king of the pirates, you know, sailed on, and I see the connection, and I see how they're trying to make it full circle, and I saw the tragedy and the issue that Frankie had when he would build those warships that ended up having negative repercussions in his life and to his mentor and things like that. So I saw it. I definitely don't know if I was hit emotionally as hard with Frankie's story as I was with the other Straw Hats so far. I know that there's probably more info that's going to be given to me, and there's probably going to be a payoff of some kind between Iceberg and Frankie at the end of the arc, and, you know, them reconciling, or at least talking about the fact that they're going to officially part ways at some point, because they show you that Frankie makes his decision that he wants to stay on Water 7 with the blueprints for the ancient machine. You know, so I think that the what? The Pluton, right?
Pluton, sorry.
Pluton. So I like the fact that this is setting up a lot of plot for the future, right? We're starting to piece together a little bit of the past. One Piece hasn't even done Luffy's backstory just yet. So there's and Macky practically ruined most of that for me a while back. But
because he kept interrupting.
No,
that's
because
not
because
why, bro.
he did like a whole piece of content.
That's not
where he
what
was
I
just
did,
talking
bro.
about
If you
it.
guys listen, you'll know what happened and why
he made this was before we had all of your lovely faces involved, when it was just the two of us, and he was putting together a piece of content, and he wanted to talk about One Piece during that content. So he gave a synopsis of Luffy's backstory in order to explain what he wanted to explain,
where Luffy came from,
which is a huge part of this character's backstory.
Yes,
location always plays a part in backstory for these characters.
I didn't ruin his backstory, but
everybody is from such a different fucking place.
Yeah,
everybody is just from such a different fucking place that it just becomes a part of their backstory.
Okay,
you gotta get on, bro.
So I like the fact that we know more about Frankie, and we understand the relationship between him and Iceberg, their mentor Tom, their relationship to Pluton, and all of these different things that are going to play huge parts in the story to come. There are certain things that are happening that I'm noticing are like just typical One Piece tropes, and some of them annoy the living shit out of me. One of those being we need to stall Luffy or remove Luffy from the story for X amount of time, because if he's in the story, he's too overpowered and the story's not going to progress the way it needs to progress. And I understand why Oda does it, but it is very obvious and it is extremely annoying, because he'll do something as cliche as having Luffy get stuck in between two buildings twice.
Yes.
Not like, oh shit, Luffy got stuck between two buildings because he got, blown away. And that just happens because he's made of rubber. He would wedge between two buildings. I get it. Cool. But to have it happen to him twice,
it's because
it's annoying.
Oda gives a reason for things like that.
Let me say something.
Because let me just say this real quick before that, because it's really quick. Oda gives a reason for why those things happen. It's because Luffy is an idiot.
I get it. I understand. And it literally takes Nami to basically curse him the fuck out without cursing him the fuck out, for him to say, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna push both buildings aside. So you sat there.
You didn't go for that though.
There wiggling
again
all this time just because you thought you had all the time in the fucking world. Like, I get it, right? It's because he's an idiot.
Also,
it's pacing as well. But continue.
It's pacing. Yes, I get it.
Hold on. Let me interject real quick.
Also, he did not know that Robin went with these niggas
to protect them. No, I know.
Once Nami said that, he's like, whoa.
Now it's time to act.
Now it's time. I need to go pick up my girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't pick up my girl.
I get it. I know. And that's exactly what he's doing.
What I was trying to say before was that if Oda doesn't write him like that, he's Goku.
Yes. Oh,
if he doesn't write him like that, like he's writing him right now, he's Goku. Because without Goku, none of them niggas is beating nobody. Except for the time Gohan beat somebody.
I get that, but the side characters, right? The rest of the Straw Hats are super fleshed out and powerful in their own right, and have way more interesting story points than Luffy does. Luffy's always just saved for the climax.
Yeah.
He's always saved for the end of the fight, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? And Angel's probably just like, that's Goku. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, no. I get it. And you and me, we're here. We're in the same place.
No, we're all in the same place. We all agree.
My thing is that there are certain moments where Luffy actually wants to be taken serious, right? This arc in particular, I noticed many instances during Water 7 where Luffy wants to be taken serious, and he's making decisions, and he's putting his foot down, and he's not being silly. It's just, this was my decision. This is what I'm saying. This is what we're doing. This is what's going to happen. And he's never like that. So I like seeing serious Luffy because it tells me that the events that are happening right now are really important.
But
because now
so,
all of a sudden Luffy
John,
is taking things
So
serious.
I'm gonna
John,
say,
wait, let me say something.
It just becomes jarring. Hold on, let me just finish my point.
Go ahead.
It just becomes jarring to me to see Luffy actually act like a captain and then get stuck in between two fucking buildings for like 3 episodes. Like it's just, I just can't wrap my head around.
It's pacing.
You gotta be. It'll pay off. That's all I'm gonna say.
I get it. Usually the fights do. Usually like Luffy's
it's not the fight
energy
though.
always
It's not
does.
the fight though. We're not talking about the fight though.
It's not because look,
that's what we're trying to let you know.
You're talking about serious Luffy. You're gonna see.
It's gonna happen, but not right now.
A glimpse of how serious Luffy is, and you're gonna be like, "This is the Luffy that I want to see all the time." But again, if you see that kind of Luffy all the time, who does he become? Goku. So it's like he has to write a different type of main character. You understand?
No. Let me explain, Mac. Let me explain. So you know when we saw Goku in Dragon Ball, anybody saw Dragon Ball?
Yes, I did.
No Z, no Super.
Yeah,
no
original Dragon Ball. I've seen
in original Dragon Ball. You see the progression of Goku from he was a kid to when he was a teenager. You could see the difference of Goku when he was a kid and teenager Goku. You could see that difference, right?
Yeah, he actually grows.
It's a growing thing.
It was one of the first times that a mangaka aged their protagonist.
What Oda does
in manga.
What Oda does with Luffy is he's using the entirety of the show to grow him. If he grows him too fast, the show becomes boring.
And that's what I'm saying. You will appreciate.
So when he goes away from Luffy, he's growing the other guys. So when we see the other dudes do something on a random, we're like, that's some shit Zoro would do. That's some shit Sanji would do. That's some shit Chopper would do. You know what I'm saying? We know that. When you see Luffy do captain shit, you're like, that's some shit I'm expecting Luffy to do. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't do it on a regular.
Luffy is still like 16 years old.
It becomes regular with time. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but it becomes regular.
Angel looks like he has a question, so I just kind of want to answer
Angel's question
before I wrap it up.
I'm devil's advocate, and I always like to conflict and fight people. That's what they say.
Why would you want to be the
devil? So when you say certain things like, oh, he doesn't want to write a Goku into it. Everything that you've described sounds like Goku to me. But pause, hold on. And then now you just said the thing that he's taking the entirety of the series to grow this character, making me sound like Naruto now. Like he's taking the whole series to write a character.
It doesn't take as long as Naruto, and I think that.
Let me explain.
It's 1,000 episodes, and the man's probably still the same age. So I don't know if it takes as long.
Let me explain.
He's 2 years older since the time.
Let me explain. The thing with Naruto is when the moment Shippuden hit, that's it. Naruto didn't change at all. After
what did you say?
Episode 1 of Shippuden, he did not change at all. He was already mature. Episode 1 of Shippuden, he was already as mature as he got until Boruto, where he was a grown ass nigga.
Disagree. Okay.
Luffy is still growing. You see what I'm trying to say?
Okay, I disagree.
Okay. Number two. Wait, let me go into the Goku point. Goku only grew from episode 1 of Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball at the end. Dragon Ball Z and everything else, Goku just wants to fight stronger niggas, and nothing changes.
Facts. Yeah, I can agree with that.
What? I'm sorry to cut you off, Crispin, because you said that wasn't true about Naruto. Because you made a good point. Like, I want to know, because I've watched up until the war, the fourth Ninja War. So that's where I'm kind of at in Naruto now. And from the episode 1 to almost 200 episodes in, it's the same Naruto. I haven't really.
He just gets stronger.
Yeah, the only thing that grew was his strength. Like he learned Sage mode. He learned how to channel the Nine-Tails chakra. But as far as any kind of as him as a person. Like he hasn't, like I said, I haven't finished the war, but where I'm at 200 episodes in, he hasn't really changed, like as in matured. Let me say that. He hasn't really matured as a character because I felt like he did all his maturing from Naruto to Shippuden.
Okay.
That's just my. That's what
Let John finish.
I don't
Let
want to
John
go.
finish.
I don't want to go too much into circles because you guys are just gonna start arguing about
My fault,
Naruto and Baruto and all this other shit that has nothing to do with One Piece.
One Piece.
Well, we were trying to keep it there.
Yeah, but no, Mac can't do that. He has the inability to stay like on one topic.
That's not me. I didn't bring that up.
So
that was me. My fault.
Don't put that on me.
It's the both of y'all because Crispin will start it and then Mac will just like yeah.
Well, John, let me just say, I literally got one sentence I can let you rock. Ultimately, it's like you said, you're still waiting to get that backstory on Luffy. There will be a point in time where the shit that you hate, you will no longer hate it because they will eventually give you Luffy's backstory and the way that it comes together to explain what he's dealing with and the character growth he's going to get from it, along with the backstory. It's gonna you'll appreciate it at that point in time.
Yeah,
this is literally like chapter 1 of where you are right now, and you're gonna eventually get there. And when you get there, oh, you're gonna feel it. But yeah, that's all I have to say on that.
Yeah, so I expect a lot of that. You know, like I told you, I expect a lot of character growth. I expect to see Usopp grow. I expect to see a lot of these characters, you know, like grow and change for better or for worse at some point during the story. I do notice that One Piece's take on storytelling is the long route. So you're going to get character development over a series of arcs. You're not going to just see, like, time doesn't skip in between story arcs in One Piece. Like, if they finish doing something, I know I haven't gotten to the time skip yet. This is just what I'm experiencing now in real time. You gotta let me get it out.
I just want to preference that. Go ahead.
So the way that the arcs are set up is basically like if they were on an island dealing with a particular conflict, and then they finished solving that problem. As soon as they head out and they're on the boat they're on the ship going somewhere else, something might happen to them while they're on the ship, and that's its own thing that leads into where they end up next. And when they get there and they're just trying to either, you know, replenish food or buy supplies or do whatever, they might bump into another character or a group of characters and then get kind of thrown into a conflict that's happening there. Or they might start a conflict accidentally when they show up somewhere. And then now that's the new story that's being told. So One Piece is just kind of like the stories just roll into each other. There's never really a moment where it just stops.
Skips. Yeah.
It just never stops. It doesn't stop. The story just keeps going, and you get literally from point A to point B, and you saw everything in between.
That's the
so it's just one of those types of things there. So one of my biggest takeaways so far has just been Lucci as a villain. I do like you know, like the ass pull that they did where he has a fucking devil fruit power and he transforms into a goddamn leopard.
That's gangster.
Watch out.
Fire.
You know,
watch out.
It's interesting. I also loved the part where freaking they use that iron body technique, and Bluno was holding the two train cars together, and then he used his iron body technique, and Sanji just like helicopter kicked him in the fucking ribs, and he felt that shit. And they were just like, yeah, let's not sleep on him because he's obviously a straw hat that we don't know shit about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll fucking take your rib out,
information about him. Yeah. No.
So just the fact that
iron body shit.
But just the fact that Sanji is strong enough to do that gives me like, you know, okay, cool. Now I see that the rest of the Straw Hats are definitely going to be able to contend against this group here. We just need to put these characters together.
They're called the Monster Trio for a reason.
Let him be great, man. He's giving all the Straw Hats the credit. Damn.
Yeah, like I'm
giving props to Sanji because I usually shit on Sanji because he's not my favorite character. But
I love Sanji.
I know you do. That's why I'm telling you. They call him the Monster Trio for a reason. Like Zoro, Luffy, and Sanji are obviously you know the niggas do what they got to do, but
Yeah, but Sanji surprised the hell out of me because he's the one Straw Hat that you don't think would be able to get through a technique like that Iron Body that so far everybody's just like, whoa, what the fuck? It felt like I just hit a fucking wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Sanji was just like, you gonna take this helicopter kick, my guy. Like,
to be completely honest, John, as of right now, I don't know how you power scaling the Straw Hats right now, but when I started watching, when I was at this point where you at, I had Zoro and Sanji about the same right here.
Yeah, no, I kind of still put Zoro above Sanji.
No, because
on the fact.
Good man.
Go ahead.
Just on the fact that Zoro can cut nothing.
Good man.
Right?
That's what I'm gonna say.
Zoro can cut nothing. And like, that sounds weird as shit, Angel. I know.
Yeah.
That is hard.
But
cutting nothing is some crazy
cutting
shit.
nothing is
I don't want to spoil it for
you
because the concept of it is just so fucking cool. But yeah, just Zoro can cut nothing. And that in and of itself is just such a thing for a character to be able to do.
Who does that remind me of too? That reminds me of Street Fighter, Ryu's master that has the power of nothingness.
Kyoken?
Yeah. That's what that reminds me of. Goken, some shit like that. I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I like
it's a good correlation. I like it.
But that's basically it. I want to see the rest of this arc. You know, I want to see
it's a good arc, bro.
If they get to the prison that they're going to, or if this whole arc is just gonna happen on the fucking train. Like I can't tell just yet. Because One Piece is kind of an either or. It'd be like, guess you didn't know this whole arc was gonna be on a fucking train. Like, oh, okay, I guess
it's not the Demon Slayer movie, bro.
Bro, but like,
I mean, Demon Slayer might as well got inspiration from it. Who knows?
But a lot of these episodes have been happening on a goddamn train, you know. So I'm just like, all right,
that's the beauty of One Piece.
Gotta see what the fuck is gonna happen. This train is also traveling over the ocean.
Oh,
yeah. It's a crazy ass train
in the middle of the storm, by the way.
Yes, in the middle of like the largest storm in this island's history. They're just like, we've never had a storm this fucking bad. You guys want to sail it?
You saw when Zoro did let's cut this fucking wave up. This nigga's a gangster.
Come on, man. Hey, yo, John.
We're done. We're done. We've been here forever. Yes, like and we do have to go. We always end up doing this. We talk because we don't link as much. But if you guys made it all the way to the end of the podcast, we love and appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for joining us today. Let us know what you thought about any of the topics that we discussed down in the comments below. Have a little bit of argument with us. How do you feel about streaming platforms and potential future mergers of other companies, like the merger we got with Funimation and Crunchyroll? Should there have just been a Mario Kart 9 on the Switch? Like, I don't know, like whatever you guys want to talk about in the comments, feel free to just argue with us. Argue with Angel. Don't argue with me. Angel likes to argue.
I'm down too. What's up?
But that's basically it. Please share this video with friends and family who might be interested in anime and video game topics and discussions. If you are looking for this podcast or for the podcast channel on YouTube, it is the Paradise, right? With a here we go, right here. With the dollar sign symbol as the S for the Paradise podcast, right? You'll be able to find all of your Paradise goodies if you use the dollar symbol as money. When you're looking for Paradise, you got to look for the money, and you're gonna find all of our beautiful videos up there for you to enjoy and watch for hours and hours and hours. But that's it. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. We are on everything individually, and we are also on everything as a fucking podcast. So if you're looking for us and you're looking for the things we talk about on a regular basis, you can reach out to us there. If you're looking to support us a little bit more and you want a little bit of extra content, there is a Patreon that is also available. You can become a patron on our Patreon page, and we have bonus content available to those patrons as well. But that's about all the time we have for this week. We'll catch you next time.
You didn't mention
Anchor. Anchor is also where you can listen to this podcast. And if you just so happen
Apple Podcast, sorry.
And if you just so happen to be listening to us on Anchor, there is a way that you could donate to the podcast on that platform. And we do accept any and all monetary donations. It helps make the channel better. It helps us give you better content. And we're looking forward to our continued relationship with our viewership.
Yeah.
You can find our podcast on other streaming sites, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and obviously the YouTube channel as well, where there is new content that is coming your way. So be on the lookout for all that good stuff. And that's it. That's all the announcements. There's a whole lot of announcements. We do a whole lot of shit. You guys better appreciate it.
Yo, don't forget to subscribe, comment, give a like, turn on the bell. You already know how it is. YouTube shit.
All that stuff.
And we are out.
Shut down for keys, this nigga.
What up against this?
Facts.